making Samba Shakers today, so follow the tutorial and get in that carnival mood. Hello everyone. So we're going to get going with making our Samba Shakers today, and these are the ones that I made earlier last week. And I wanted to just talk to you about how we go about making them. Now, if you're a younger child, this is a really easy, simple activity to do. If you're an older child, hang on a little bit because we're going to talk about how is the sound made and how do we change the sound. So first of all you'll need is a container, an empty container. So I use these empty cardboard boxes that I had. You might use a jam jar, or I found this is a soap dispenser bottle, which I took the label off and threw away the pump at the top. Anything that basically is empty and you can secure once you've put in your filling, if you like. I covered my shakers, this one with washi tape. So if you've got some washi tape around, that's just those coloured little rolls of sellotape. You could use those. You might paint it. If you're painting glass, just a reminder that you need to use acrylic paint. If you don't have acrylic paint, you can use poster paint mixed with PVA glue. This one, I got very excited by rolling it in PVA glue and then covering it in glitter. And then once it had dried, I then coated it again in PVA just to make sure that the glitter didn't fall off. But that was quite a fun, messy activity. So once you've decorated your container, then we need to think about what goes inside the shaker. Now, I raided my kitchen cupboard and I found things like this orzo or rice. I found some split lentils, giant couscous, anything that's small and going to fit inside your box. You might want to go into the garden if you've got access to a garden and find some tiny stones, or perhaps when you're out on your daily walk you could look for some, give them a wash and then use those as your filler. Now, you won't need to use too much inside your shaker. Don't fill it up. You only need probably a tablespoon or so of whatever it is. Make sure you've asked an adult, especially at the moment when food supplies are a bit tricky. So let's have a go with this one with using some giant couscous. So I'm just going to throw them all over the table, you would see. Slowly put a few teaspoons of couscous or whatever inside your container. And then you'll need to seal that shut. So I would use some PVA glue just to make sure on this section that it was really tightly closed. And then it's ready to be used as your shaker. Now, if you've got an object that doesn't have a lid like this, that's easy. So you could paint or decorate, maybe some paper mosaic or even felt tip pens. Maybe those coloured Sharpie pens would be fun. You're going to decorate your container, then pop in some of your filler, making an absolute mess here. Of course, you're going to be doing this much slower and much more carefully. There we go. That's probably enough. And then we need to make a lid. So all I've done is found a piece of paper, literally just a little square of paper. I'm going to pop it on the top. You could use an elastic band. I've just got a hairband here. You might need a grown-up to help you with that, just to make it sure it's nice and secure, and then your shaker is ready to go. Now, the extension for this activity is to think about how can we change the sound of our shaker. So I want you to have a think about, first of all, how does the shaker make its sound? And in which case, once we know how it makes its sound, how can we make that change? So if I've got orzo, if you look at the size of the orzo pieces in there, and then we have a look at the size of and shape even, of the giant couscous in that one, and see if we can hear a difference. Can you hear and maybe work out why they sound different? Have a think. Another way to think about changing the sound is the way that you hold the shaker. So if we hold it this way, which is traditionally the way a samba shaker is held, with your thumb facing you and 2 fingers away from you, that makes one sound. But if we turn it on its end, we can change the sound that the shaker makes. Let's try it with this one. Have a think about why that might be, how far the particles are moving inside the container. You could have a go at experimenting with different types of containers. So this is made of cardboard, this is made of plastic. Does it change the sound that it makes? I'd love to see the shakers that you make at home and enjoy shaking along to some samba music, or perhaps any other kind of music you might like to move along to at home. Do upload your videos or pictures to Instagram or Twitter. The information is in the description box below. Thanks ever so much for listening. I hope you're well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.